I got a few sales, I'm gonna put $5,000 into it. What is up, guys? Daddy's here. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day. In today's video, we're gonna be talking about something a lot of YouTubers I don't really see talk about, but Facebook ads and basically like why you aren't getting conversions or even traffic in some cases, right? And there's a few key things that I want to touch on. Right? I have my Mac here, I got my notes out for you guys, but basically huge outliers or factors that a lot of people don't, or a lot of people like stepping into the Facebook ad industry kind of aren't really aware of, or they just aren't familiar with yet. And you know, just not knowing some of this stuff is a huge reason why is, you know, some people just don't really see results with Facebook ads and they just give up, you know, because I know more than one of you guys watching this video has tested Facebook ads, has done some sort of campaign, ran an ad set, and either, you know, got traffic but no conversions, not even an add to cart, or just ran ads and literally had nothing happen, which is a problem, right? So obviously, right, Facebook isn't the issue, it's the ad that you're running, and it's more than just, you know, the thing that customers see, right? It's basically, there's a few key things that we want to touch on for you guys, and I'm gonna kind of go over basically just how to create basically a good testing campaign to just get your initial traction right off the door, right? So hold on, how many ads are you running, right? So if you currently are running, you know, Facebook ads, how many different ads or ad sets are you running, right, simultaneously, right? A lot of you guys, for starting off, you only run one. That's a huge mistake, okay? So again, how many are you actually running? My personal preference, right, there's a few ways that you want to do it, but just to start off, you can do 3 different ads, anywhere from $15 to $20 a day. That's a good starting point. And then you know, depending on your budget, right, if you can only afford, you know, $5 a day for your ads and stuff like that, like really guys, you probably shouldn't be testing ads quite yet, just cause like, look, so if you're in the e-commerce space, right, it's a numbers game, right? So I want to actually tell you guys why you shouldn't be testing with $5 a day anymore. Basically, for you guys just, you know, testing and getting started with e-commerce, right, your cost to get someone to purchase a product, right, your cost per conversion, right, might be anywhere from, I mean, it can be pretty low, it can be pretty expensive, but you know, it might be $6, right? If you're selling, for example, say you're selling a $50 product, right, it could be $6, $8, it could be $3, $2, it could be any number, right? But if you're only testing $5 a day, there's no real way to kind of determine, hey, is this ad actually converting, right? Because if you're only testing $5 a day and your actual conversion rate, right, imagine if you had, you know, a $50 daily budget, right? Say for instance that conversion rate was $6.50, right? You wouldn't have found out with that $5 daily ad spend, right? So again, a good number for testing, right, is $15 to $20 a day. Basically, after that first day, you can basically cut it after that first day if you have no sales, right? But if you walk out of that day with, you know, 2 or 3 sales, only spending $15, $20, then you kind of know, hey, this could be a promising one. This might be something I want to scale, and then look into that, right? So again, how many ads are you running? You can, like, literally you can start with 3. I definitely would not have 1 or 2, but 3 is a good number, 5 is a good number. If you can afford more, do more, right? Because again, experimenting is key. Because even when you find a good ad set, you want to actually decrease, you know, the cost per conversion, cost per click, cost per impression, whatever it is that you're targeting for, you want to decrease that. So again, experimentation is everything. So the more you can, the more you should. All right. Now, next one, what is your budget? I know I just went over this, but basically this is something that you guys need to get in your head, especially for you e-commerce dropshippers out there watching this. Basically, $15, $20 a day is a good setting point for daily ad spend per ad, okay? $5 a day is all right. Like, you can get away with it, guys. But again, what I explained in the last scenario, that has a chance of happening just because a lot of you guys just starting off with Facebook ads, right? It's not like your ads are gonna be 100% completely optimized already after your first initial experiment, right? So I would assume that you're going to have higher cost per conversions than, you know, a few months down the line after you've been experimenting constantly, right? So again, $5 daily ad spend is a little bit iffy there. If you can do $15 or $20 a day, okay? Now, next, what is most important, right? I get a lot of you guys that reach out to me and ask me like, hey, why is my Facebook ad not converting? Why am I getting traffic but no add to cart or conversions? Why is nothing happening, right? The first thing you guys show me though is your actual ad, is the picture, is the copy you guys use. That's the least important part of a Facebook ad, guys, okay? This is the thing. I would say roughly 50% of the actual kind of ad creation process is you're researching the audience, right? So your actual audience research, right? Figuring out who is actually going to buy, or, you know, like the type of person, the demographic, whatever it is, like who's actually buying your product, right? That is 50% of it, okay? And then I'd say 20% is actually like the funnel, the flow, like purchase flow, basically like, hey, how do they go from the ad to actually, you know, entering the credit card? That right there is fairly important. And then it comes down to like tactics, basically. I'll get into this in a second, but just like how you're competing against everyone else, and then it comes down to your actual ad creation. Like that part, guys, like yes, it's important, but it's not the most important thing. So when you guys are having trouble, don't look at your actual picture or copy first, guys. Most likely it's coming down to who you're actually showing that stuff to, okay? Because again, you can get away, because I've seen people, use AliExpress pictures instead of, good content, and they can convert well with ads just because their targeting is really spot on, and that allows them to just grill into who is actually going to want to purchase their product, right? So that's that. And again, guys, the last thing I want to like point out, right, that a lot of people don't really understand, basically, right, how most people, like when you start Facebook ads, they kind of assume or think when they're getting into like, oh, I'm paying Facebook this much money because this is how much money I need to pay Facebook to get someone to buy my product, right? That's kind of like their mentality, okay? But what's really going on, right, is you're competing against all your competition who's trying to target that same audience, okay, or that same person who's gonna buy your product, right? That's what dictates basically that's a huge factor in what dictates the cost of your results, okay? And so going from that, right, especially when you guys get into manual bidding, right, I'm gonna get into this, or I'm gonna go a little bit in depth in this video, just a little bit. But basically, guys, when you get into manual bidding and stuff, there's a reason, like when you're testing manual bidding, right, there's a reason you kind of want to be on your laptop for that entire day that you're kind of testing the numbers. It's because, right, for instance, if you have automatic bidding on, right, you not necessarily have to worry about it too much, at least to start off. But if you're manually bidding, trying to scale, right, so say for instance you need to maximum like bid amount, right, to like $10 or something, right, you need to keep increasing that, and then basically when you stop seeing sales come in, that's when you know you've hit like competition. That might be kind of hard to explain to you guys. It's a little tricky kind of just explain with words, but basically what I'm trying to say is when you're manually bidding, right, you're increasing, the actual amount that you personally are okay with Facebook using to try and get someone to buy your product, okay? And now say you have this is the problem with scaling, right? This might be why some of you guys are having trouble scaling. It's because maybe you're on say for instance you're on like $100 a day budget and it's on automatic bidding, and then you switch it to manual bidding to try and decrease your cost per conversion, whatever it is, right? Or you're just trying to get more sales and like actually start scaling it up. When you guys change that manual bid value like to the amount that you're okay with and stuff, you might see sales like trickle in, but then they might stop all of a sudden, okay? This might be an issue you guys run into down the road, or might be an issue you guys already have run into. And basically what that means is that you've hit a competitor that's actually bidding better than you or higher than you, okay? Which means that like you need to actually beat them. Like again, it's more of like it's like tactical warfare in a way, right? You're competing against these competitors, trying to outbid them, guys. It's an auction. Facebook's like everything you're paying for it's an auction, okay? Facebook is auctioning off us, these people using Facebook, to these companies, okay? Whoever wants to pay more gets it. All right, that's basically the gist of it, okay? So with that being said, guys, like with manual bidding, all that kind of stuff, and scaling, that's why some people, and like that's why a lot of people like try and preach to you guys like, hey, you don't want to just scale like that all the way up, right? Because then again, your automatic bid price that could change, and then boom, you might hit like a competitor who's outbidding you, and then even though you scaled your daily budget, your sales don't increase. Right, that's a problem, right? So that's why when you're scaling, you don't want to you scale like steadily, okay, and repeatedly, and kind of like in a structured flow, instead of just saying, oh, this $10 a day budget, I got a few sales, I'm gonna put $5,000 into it, and that I mean, again, it can work, but the thing is, you have a chance of not working and losing that $5,000 rather than steadily scaling $10 a day to $50 a day, $50 a day to $100 a day, $100 a day to $200 a day, $200 a day to $400 a day, like stuff like that, like steadily scaling, guys. That's kind of the key to it, and kind of avoiding being caught up against these competitors that are outbidding you on a lot of those products. Okay, guys. So again, that's like kind of like the fix that I'm proposing for you guys who are having trouble with no conversions, no traffic, just with having trouble with Facebook ads in general, guys. That's really the gist of it, right? So just to recap, right? How many ads are you running? 3 to 5 is a good number. 1 or 2 is not that good. Okay, and again, guys, in your targeting, right? When you're doing these ads, you don't want to be targeting like 10 different things for each ad. Okay, the structure is it's like keep it simple but keep it specific. So you target like one specific like interest. Okay. And again, I know it's easy to list down like 20 different interests and then have Facebook go crazy and you feel like you're doing some super complex in-depth stuff. But guys, the thing is you need to test. That's the whole point of what you're doing. You're not, again, trying to scale right from the beginning, right? Obviously that's your goal, that's your intention, but you need to see what's biting more. So again, guys, with these different ads and stuff, you just want to test different interests, see who's clicking, see what's working, okay? And then from there you experiment more and more and more. Again, it's like a family tree or something, right? So you start with 3 ads, okay, and then you see which ones work, you branch those out, you make another 3 over here, and then there, and then, you get what I mean, right? So again, it's a lot of experimentation and like a lot of targeting, okay, guys? So that's that. And then what is your budget, guys? Again, $15 to $20 a day is a decent, you know, budget to play with when you're experimenting, if you can afford it. Again, if you can't really afford $15-20 a day for 3 ad sets, like, I feel like you guys should one, have another stream of income coming in so that you can afford it, or, you know, run whatever you're doing currently to build up that money so you can test and experiment with that, guys, okay? Because again, the money you're putting into these ads and testing, like, expect to lose, okay? Just don't expect to actually get that back right away. It's nice if you can, but just don't expect that, okay? Now, again, just recapping this for you guys so you guys get it stuck in your head, because this stuff, like, literally one of you guys is going to take this information and realize what you've been doing wrong, and then be able to scale and hit me up in a month saying, hey, I just did 40K a month. So that's what I'm trying to get into, guys, is like, this stuff is super important. It might not seem crazy vital or important or, you know, like game changing, but it can be, guys, because with Facebook, it's a lot of numbers, okay? It's numbers and targeting and your audience. That's what it comes down to ultimately, okay, guys? So that's basically the video, guys. Just keep in mind, especially when you start getting sales with Facebook and whatnot, like when you're scaling, when you're like starting to do manual bidding, because I think that's the way to go to actually, you know, get solid results. But again, guys, that is the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like. I respond to everybody's comments, guys, so don't forget to comment if you have questions or want to, you know, test this out and let everyone else know what you think. And don't forget to subscribe, guys. We're doing a video a day. I hope you guys enjoy. Keep a lookout for the 0 to 1K challenge, guys. That is a free program that me and my buddy Sebastian, another YouTuber, have partnered with to give you guys this stuff, guys. And again, hop in the course if you haven't already. That stuff is closing very soon. That's that, guys. But basically, keep a lookout for the videos to come, and I hope you guys enjoy. I got a new setup. I got a new mic. Let me know if the quality sounds better if you're still watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Take care and peace. And last but not least, don't forget to check out my social media and follow me for updates, giveaways, and literally everything that's cool.